Hello traders, hello everyone, my name is Gregor and welcome to our new video update in which I will walk you through S&P 500 futures, dollar yen, cable, Aussie, dollar Chinese yuan, crude oil and dollar versus CAD. Now, as you know, market has seen the risk of loss yesterday ahead of Jackson's Hole speeches. Powell will probably be in focus, where we may get more details about their policy decisions and what will be important for the inflation going forward. So it looks like that still market believes that Powell will be hawkish, and we have seen a pretty strong drop here on S&P 500 futures while the US dollar keeps moving to the upside. More importantly, this rise here was clearly a corrective one. Okay, so I think that we are going to see further weakness, maybe already after just minor rallies here. We could later on drop towards 4,300. Okay, so this will be key support here around 4,300 for next week, where you also have the lower trend line of this bearish corrective channel, right? So for bulls to stay in the game, I'm talking about the higher degree time frames, we definitely want to see a bounce higher away from that area. So for now, when we are still in risk off mode and US yields are rising, we are obviously seeing US dollar yen still trading to the upside. So what we are seeing here is a very nice ongoing extended wave 3 after this minor correction here for a wave 4, which by the way did not enter into territory of a wave 1. So trend is still bullish and valid for this impulse to resume. So next upward levels could easily be reached around 147, 148. But once we get into this upward zone, just keep in mind that Bank of Japan may also highlight this FX levels very importantly, and I think that closer we go to 150, there will be higher chance that interventions will show up from Bank of Japan, which clearly does not like to see Japanese yen weakening so much. Okay, so for now still trend is intact, but whenever there will be intervention talks, there is a chance that market will turn around, and ideally this will happen after completion of a 5-wave rise from these July lows. Now let's take a look also on pound. Now pound has seen a pretty nice move to the downside. It was some roller coaster price action here going back to Wednesday, when we got plenty of PMI's data from the Europe, from the UK, and also I think from the US. But so far, with the risk of lows, looks like that pound is also turning to the downside. There's also still high inflation in the UK, but markets expect that over the next few months, this will improve, and of course inflation will come to the downside. Pound could also move even lower. So I think that here we are either already completed wave B at the recent trend line here that almost has been retested around 1.28 level, or maybe wave C of B still in the cards for a flat formation. So what will be important for today, for the end of the week, is to see what will happen around 1 to 550 area. That's the key support levels for the current drop. For now, notice that this drop to a new low is in 3 waves. Okay, and whenever that's the case, this is either incomplete structure of a higher degree 5-wave movement, or maybe it's part of a flat correction. So for now, it's a very tricky situation here. I'm not sure if we really are going to see wave C higher or straight move to the downside. But what I want to highlight is definitely that I would be willing to look for more weakness if we suddenly rally into this resistance area. So I will leave it alone here, let the market do what it wants to do. But if suddenly, let's say, we rally next week, I think this will be a very strong resistance anywhere between 127.40 to 128 levels. Okay. Also, let's take a look on commodity currency, Aussie. Now, Aussie is clearly in downtrend here. It looks like the bears are in play because they failed, bulls failed to break above this resistance area that we've been tracking over the last few weeks, few days. We have seen a pretty nice sell-off on the intraday basis, and with these stocks being in bearish mode, I just think that maybe AUDUSD will also revisit these earlier lows, okay, from a week back or so. So fifth wave here can be in the cards. Also, don't forget on the dollar Chinese yuan, it's consolidating, I believe, here, so still looking higher, maybe next week towards 2022 highs, and of course AUDUSD in such case could fall even deeper. Now finally, crude oil and dollar CAD. Now crude oil has seen a very nice pullback here in 3 waves, possibly already finished. Notice that we touched the 38.2%, okay, and now we are recovering quite aggressively here, approaching this upper trend line. So if today, okay, after the US session, the price will, or at the end of the US session, I should say, the price will even maybe break this upper channel line, then I think that higher prices will come next week, and this eventually could cause some pullbacks, new pullbacks on dollar CAD, which, by the way, after revisiting the wave count here, could already be in a fifth wave. But still, there is a resistance a little bit higher at 136.57, which goes back to May highs and April swing highs. Okay, so that's clearly can be a very interesting reversal point, okay, because we know that not only this resistance could limit the upside, but we have these 5 waves up. And we know that after 5 waves up, market can slow for a 3 wave correction. Traders, thank you for watching. Talk to you soon.